What if I told you starting a YouTube channel could change your life, but not for the reasons everyone talks about? With so many videos out there encouraging you to start a YouTube channel, not a single one of them talks about the true reason YouTube could be life-changing, which blows my mind. If you're considering starting a YouTube channel, you're one video away from tapping into that power that is life-changing. So if you're trying to figure out whether YouTube is worth it, let me tell you, it is a better idea than most people realize, and this is the video you cannot afford to miss. What you're going to learn here is why I will never quit YouTube, and it is going to change my life in the next 12 to 18 months, and I want the same thing for you. Now, all the videos out there encourage you to start a YouTube channel for the same reasons, that it is a creative outlet, that this is like a personal journal, it is a place to explore your interests and share your passions and your ideas, and it is a space to find a community and connect with like-minded people and creators. Now, while all these things are true and beautiful, they are very important in a human being's life. As a person who spends 45 hours a week in an office, who has kids, I know what it's like needing that space to be an individual for a second, to let my ideas bounce around my head, to share something that excites me, to do work that I actually care about. I understand all of this, and these are all valid reasons to do this, but none of these points possess the inherent power that can change your life. Let me show you why. Now, before we take a look at this quick diagram, I want to clarify something. When I talk about life change, I don't talk about what you do, but how you do it. For example, I'm not looking to start spending more money, start traveling the world. I'm very happy with my simple life, with my average car, and just being with my family and my kids, and having some time to exercise and for self-care. I'm not looking for a different life. What I am looking for how everything is done, for the amount of hours I have to work, for how much money I have, for what kind of work I have to do to pay the bills. You see, I'm looking for the how to change, and for us to find that point of leverage that can help us achieve that, to have that dream life, to do whatever we want to do, we need to look at our average day, which is right here. So on an average day, this is what takes up our time. About 8 hours, ideally, of sleep, about 8 hours. Realistically, it's more than that because, there's commute and there's a lunch break. You end up spending about 10 hours, but I put it in this diagram as about 8 hours of work, 40 hours a week. So 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work. There's also just the given of life of self-care. You need to eat, you need to wash, you need to exercise, hopefully, you need to clean the house, you need to clean your body. Everything that's related to the maintenance of life and the simple basic self-care. You also want to take time for relationships. Studies show and have proven that close friendships and close relationships with your family promote longevity and a healthy, happier life. You could give this thing up, but you shouldn't. And lastly, once all those commitments that take up your time, about 85-87% of your day is gone just by maintenance, you have a little bit time left for free time. Now, what you do with that little window can change your life. But here's something that we have to acknowledge about life. Life is like a juggling act of family, health, your friends, your spirit, and your work. 4 of these, the first 4, are a ball made of glass. You cannot afford to drop it. If you drop your health, it'll break. If you drop your friendships and your relationships with your family, it'll break. If you drop your mental health, your spiritual health, it'll break. The only ball that is rubber and will bounce back, that gives you a little bit of flexibility in your life, is the ball of work. This is the only ball that will allow you to create a significant change without risking the important things in life. So this is the problem we're all sharing. And now that's the question. If you're following, here's the question. How can you take the little bit of time that you have, the free time that you have, and make as much money as you make at your job? How is this possible to take an hour or 2 a day and earn as much as you earn at your job with 8 or 9 hours of work? Well, the answer to that problem is one word: leverage. And that's the bit that's going to change your life. Now, I'm so excited about the next part of the video because some people may not see it as very interesting or sexy, but it so is. It's such a powerful concept that goes across business and health and marriage and everything that you want out of life. And it is why YouTube can do everything you want out of it. Leverage is the use of tools to amplify the results of your effort. There are many forms of leverage, like capital, or property, or labor, or machines, and technology is one of them. That is the internet and YouTube specifically. The problem with all the other forms of leverage is that they require money. You need capital, you need to buy the machinery, you need to hire the labor, you need the money in order to do that. And for the average person, just like you and I, starting out our lives, building our future, we don't have that kind of capital. That is why the internet is your best shot to change your life and to build leverage, because it is permissionless. You don't need to ask for anyone's permission to start building, and it is absolutely free. There is almost an infinite amount of leverage available on the internet. What you're able to achieve there is disproportionate to anything that you know. It is nothing like your job. Somebody, a nobody, could record a video on their phone in their bedroom or in their car. No production, no script, barely any editing, and not even a thumbnail to the video, and they will get 300,000 and 400,000 views. This is unreasonable. And those 300,000 to 400,000 views could get them paid from AdSense alone $2,000 to $3,000. Some people need to work an entire month to get that kind of money. It is disproportionate that you can make a video for 10 minutes in your car and make as much money as somebody else who has to work for an entire month. That is why I showed you that little diagram earlier. I want you to understand that YouTube can change your life because that little section of your free time invested in the right place can generate as much money as your job. We work so many hours in a day, in a week, in a month that there is so much potential locked in there that if we start using our free time wisely, building leverage in our lives, we will then be able at some point, if we are persistent, if we work on our craft, if we are practicing deliberately to get better at this, we will be able to free up some time. And that's when the magic happens. That's when your life can truly change. You can suddenly work less time because you're making money in your sleep. You can make less effort because the internet will spread your message to all those people. If you understand what it is that you're truly doing here on the internet, you're building equity, you're building digital real estate, you're building assets that will work for you. You're building leverage in your life. Because I know that this is what I'm building in my life, that I'm slowly tipping the scales so that at some point I can buy my time back. I know that I will never quit. I know that if I'm persistent, if I'm getting better at the craft, at some point the scales will tip in my favor and things will start to change. I don't see how anyone could ever walk away from building immense leverage in their lives for free. All you have to do is get better at the craft and stay consistent. Look, the reason that I'm speaking so passionately about this is because this is something that has been on my mind since I was 18. All the self-development books, all the money books, I really wanted to understand how these people have become so successful. But not just because of the money that they've had, but because of the people that they have become. And the only way to create some space for you to evolve as a person and to have enough money to give and to invest and to do so many powerful things, the only way to do that is by creating leverage, by building leverage in your life. This is how it's done. This is the philosophy behind why I'm so passionate about this thing, why I'm wishing for anybody to realize what is going on around them and what they're actually trying to do. So I hope I helped you out seeing why beyond the creative and the exciting and the passionate things that YouTube has to offer, you can do something so much more profound. And if you really go the distance, this could be something that works for your descendants, for generations to come. Not just because of what you've built, but because of the knowledge that you can pass on. So thank you for your time. I hope that you found this helpful and that this has helped you to get good at life. See you next time.